Hi everybody, this is Pisces on Fire Tarot giving the general daily reading for the day. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at PiscesOnFireTarot@gmail.com. But please remember, I am no longer doing any more personal readings, but I will answer all comments, questions, concerns. You can also reach me in the comments section here. You can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know what you think about the readings. But remember, when you give a thumbs up and a thumbs down, please remember to always comment, because it lets me know what your thought process is. Let's see. Let's get on with it, eh? The umbrella card for the day, right here in the middle, is our Two of Chalices. And our Two of Chalices is about an emotional coming together. So just think about that as I read through all of the cards. All of this that I'm talking about is going to be in line with or in conjunction to a heartfelt feeling, a coming together of two hearts, something of that nature. Okay. First card up, we have right here is the Two of Swords, followed by the Knight of Wands. That is not a knight, that is a Knave of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles, the Fool card. Then we have the Ace of Swords. I keep wanting to call it something else. It's swords. Then we have the Four of Swords, Temperance card, the Knight of Swords, the Death card, the Knave of Chalices, you can see my wall, the Four of Chalices, and the World card. Okay. Okay. Starting with the Two of Swords. We have Our Lady luxuriating in the boat, deciding whether she wants to stay in the boat or will she get out of the boat. Am I going to stay in the boat or will I get out of the boat? All of that water around her in the boat is moving moving very lively. But as I look at the card, this card is giving me a feeling like that boat is about to sink. And she's sitting there luxuriating in the boat. So there is a decision to be made. Is she going to get out the boat and sink with it? Or is she going to get out the boat? Either way, she's going to get wet. Moving on, we have the Knave of Wands. And our Knave of Wands, if you look at him, he's looking down onto the city. And I'm just wondering if off in the distance he can see Our Lady in the Two of Swords card sitting in that boat that's about to sink. I don't think he can, though, because that's the Knave of Wands. He'd be running to see about that. Knave of Wands is about action, excitement, being motivated. So just keep that in mind. He's about action, excitement, being motivated. He's a very young, youthful energy. Next up, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles in this deck, with this card, to me, this is about unexpected, sudden wealth. It's like winning the lottery. In this card, you know, there's a guide leading an excursion group. And they come to this point in the forest where they see a beautiful golden waterfall. And he tells everybody to wait back. So he checks it out. And he finds out that the beautiful golden waterfall is liquid gold. And it's a golden pond, a liquid gold pond beneath it. So he's not going to let those behind him see what he sees. He's going to keep them in the dark about this situation, trying to keep that off for himself. Next up, we have the Fool card. Okay. Now, looking at all of these 4 cards that we've just talked about, I'm kind of getting the feeling that somebody has decided to make a move. The person that resonates with these cards, this deck in this order, is an individual that made a move. I'm not going to say it's a move out of desperation, but they made a move because they thought, they didn't feel, they thought they had to make a move for their own self-preservation. So they took action. And when they took action, it's like the Fool here, he stepped into it. And when I say it, I mean a boatload of money. You know, he stepped into prosperity when he took that leap. So take that leap. Next, behind the Fool card, we have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about those beginning thoughts, that first glimmer of an idea. It's the twinkle in your eye. You've made the decision. You've thought it through. You've made the move. You found your piece of unexpected material gain. And now you can do something else. You can do something you really want. It's like you've done what you had to do, and now you can get ready to do what you want to do, and you're figuring out what it is that you want to do. Moving over, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, next to that Ace of Swords, is about you sitting back and thinking and coming up with ideas. Ideas for what? Ideas to extend your wealth and to prosper, maybe. Ideas to extend and enlarge your family, possibly. But you're sitting back and you're thinking about it. And it's like little kernels are popping in your mind of what it is that you feel, of what you think you may want to do. But you have to, you had to take time out for yourself. You had to take time out and take a rest. a physical rest, but not a mental rest. All right. Next up, we have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, Temperance card is about finding the proper ingredients, getting the right formula together. Okay? Maybe it is balance. But if you don't have the right ingredients to balance out, to come out to what you want to happen, it doesn't matter how you balance things, you're not going to get what you want. It's like you have the formula for Coke and you have all of the right ingredients and the right amounts, and you're trying to make Dr. Pepper. It's not going to work. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to get something, but not what you want. So that Temperance card is about you finding the right ingredients in the right amounts to get what you think you want. And I'm going to keep saying think because there's a lot of swords up in here. Next up, we have the Knight of Swords behind the Temperance card. Now, this Knight of Swords is on a winged horse. So nice. He's spying on the people in the castle below. But check it out. He's flying towards the Temperance, our Temperance angel. So it looks like the person that resonates with this deck, with these cards in this order, is trying to find balance, and you have somebody that is trying to keep you off of balance. Because I get the feeling that the Knight of Swords and his beautiful horse are aggravating, or bumping up the Temperance angel from behind. It's somebody trying to knock you off your game, keep you off your balance, making you feel like you don't know what to do next, which way to go, what's going on. Okay, after that Knight of Swords, we have the Death card. So check this out. The Knight of Swords and our undead lady in the Death card are moving in two different directions away from one another. I'm getting the feeling that the individual that resonates with this deck, with these cards in this order, has somebody that is trying to persuade or prevent them from changing. They're trying to change their direction. Okay? You have somebody out there that's trying to change your direction. You are trying to keep your balance. They're trying to get you off your balance. And you know what way you want to go. You know what you want to do. You've made the choice. You've made the decision. This is an individual that's putting doubt in your mind. Just an individual that's putting doubt in your mind. Next up, we have the Knave of Chalices. All right. The Knave of Chalices. Next to that Death card, our undead lady in the Death card is running from that Knight of Swords, but she is running toward the Knave of Chalices. So our individual that resonates with this spread is running toward a new emotional I don't know if it's a relationship or if they're learning They're learning a new, they're learning how to use their emotionality. They're figuring out how to use emotions in their best interest. With this card, the Knave of Chalices, being directly across from the Fool card, I'm getting the feeling that someone is taking an emotional chance. There is an emotional risk that's being taken here because they need the change. They need something new. They want a new feeling. And with those two cards being directly across from each other and that Two of Chalices in the middle, there's a strong possibility that our undead lady is running at the Knave of Chalices, perhaps to begin, quite possibly, a new kind of relationship. Something that, they've never experienced before because, first of all, Our Lady is undead. And the Knave of Chalices is not. That's something new and different. And I don't know, maybe this is about two people with two very different backgrounds, maybe ethnically, maybe socioeconomically, but these are two very different individuals. And one is running towards the other. And as you see the Knave of Chalices, he's sitting there comfortable. And he looks like he sees her coming. He's waiting for her. He's going to welcome her in. Next up, we have the Four of Chalices. All right, in the Four of Chalices, you see, I'm going to say that that could possibly be our knave under a big tree. He looked like he could even be in the graveyard our undead lady was running in towards him at. And he looks like he's just sitting there. Maybe he's waiting. Maybe he's waiting for her. This looks like that maybe there is a new relationship, a new budding relationship for someone out there with someone completely different from themselves. And on to the next card, which is the World card. And the World card is about all being sentimental and having a new cycle begin. Well, it could be the end of an old cycle beginning